Welcome to Education Scotland's Learning to Read in the Early Years Professional Learning resource. This video, Teaching Phonics Useful Terms to Know, has been created to provide some explanations for the different technical terms used by phonic programs. It is a supplementary video to accompany implementation of phonic approaches, a video that sits within the Developing Skills for Reading section of our suite of resources. The Learning to Read in the Early Years resource can be accessed on the Education Scotland website. Phonics is an approach to teaching reading that emphasises the systematic relationship between the sounds or phonemes of language and the graphemes or letter combinations that represent those sounds. Learners apply this knowledge to decode printed words. Phonemes are the smallest unit of sound in spoken language. Most words have more than one phoneme. For example, the word mat has 3 phonemes, a, t. Fish also has 3 phonemes, f, e, sh, as sometimes a phoneme is represented by more than one letter, in this case, the sh sound. Graphemes are the written letters or groups of letters which represent these speech sounds. A grapheme may be a single letter, such as B, D, F, P, or S, or several letters, such as the examples on the slide. CH, SH, TH, CK, EA, and IGH. Letters in the alphabet have both a letter name and a sound, and this applies whether they are capital letters or lowercase. For example, S is the sound, and S is the name of the grapheme. Ch is the sound, and CH are the letter names of the grapheme. There are 26 letters in the English alphabet. These letters, singly or in combination, represent around 44 sounds. This number varies depending on your accent, and they often do so with different combinations of letters. For example, the sound I can be represented by the graphemes in green as shown on the slide. IGH as in light, IE as in tie, I as in behind, Y as in shy, I split E as in bike, and EI as in height. Teachers of reading and publishers of phonic programs often use different terms to describe the relationships between letters and sounds. For example, letter-sound correspondences, grapheme-phoneme correspondences, or GPCs, letter-sound associations, sound-symbol correspondences, letter-sound relationships, sound spellings, graphophonemic relationships. One of these sound-letter correspondences are illustrated on the slide. The sound can be written using the graphemes M, ME, MM, MN, or MB. When introducing children to letter-sound correspondences, systematic phonic programs will start with the simplest and most common graphemes before moving on to more complex and less common letter-sound correspondences. Usually, these letters and sounds are grouped into sets that can be used to read and spell simple words. The simplest words children are introduced to are consonant, vowel, consonant words, or CVC words, such as sit, tip, pan, and tin, etc. Other terms used to describe the ordering of graphemes in simple words are CVCC, for example, sand, milk, or went. CCVC, for example, snap, swim, or clap. VC, for example, it, in, or am. And VCC, for example, ant, ink, or end. We will now explore some terms that are used to describe graphemes. A digraph is when two letters together make one sound. A vowel digraph is when at least one of the letters is a vowel. For example, OA in boat or AY in day. A consonant digraph has two consonants, SH in shop or TH in thin. A split digraph has two letters which work as a pair to make one sound, but are separated within the word. For example, A split E in cake or I split E in pile. These are sometimes referred to as magic or silent E words. Other terms used to describe graphemes are trigraph or diphthong. A trigraph is a grapheme made up of three letters that make one sound. IGH as in high, or TCH as in catch. A diphthong describes a sound formed by combining two vowels in a single syllable. The sound begins as one vowel sound and moves towards another. The most common diphthongs in the English language are the sound OI, represented by the letter combination OY in boy, or OI as in coin, and the sound OW, represented by OW as in cow, or OU as in cloud. Adjacent consonants, also known as consonant clusters or consonant blends, are two or more consecutive consonants in a word, which retain their individual sounds. For example, BL in black, CR in crisp, SPR in spring, ST in fast, and ND in land. A beginning or initial blend is when a consonant cluster appears at the beginning of the word. For example, BR in bread, SN in snake, or CL in cloud. An end or final blend is when a consonant cluster appears at the end of a word. For example, MP in camp, or CT in fact. We will now explore some common terms used to describe vowels. A vowel is a speech sound produced when the breath flows out through the mouth without being blocked by the teeth, tongue, or lips. Vowels in the English language are A, E, I, O, U. Long vowels can be represented by a single letter or a combination of letters and sound like their letter name. For example, A, E, I, O, U. They often occur in words with split digraphs, for example, make, bike, note, cute, or in words with open syllables, where nothing follows the vowel, for example, he, me, or no. Short vowels are represented by a single letter. The short vowels include A as in apple, E as in egg, I as in igloo, O as in octopus, and as in umbrella, and often appear in the middle of a word when the vowel is closed by a consonant, for example, cat, bin, leg, shop, or cup. Here are some terms used to describe words. A syllable is a word or word part that contains one vowel sound. For example, cat, over, chicken, or banana. Children may use syllables in a word when they are chunking up a longer word for decoding or for spelling. Multisyllabic words are words with more than one syllable. For example, rabbit, umbrella, or caterpillar. Finally, here are some terms used to describe approaches when teaching phonics. Schwa is a term used to describe the short sound or phoneme, often inadvertently added to consonants when we try to say them as an individual sound. For example, saying the individual sound with the sound pronounced at the end, will cause children difficulties when blending and segmenting. Saying sounds clearly and distinctly helps to avoid the schwa sound when teaching phonics. Linked to the idea of schwa, we use pure sounds when we are pronouncing each letter sound clearly and distinctly without adding additional sounds to the end. For example, f, not f. Blend means to combine the sounds or phonemes represented by letters or graphemes to pronounce or form a word, also known as sounding out. For example, a, t makes mat. Segment is breaking or separating a word into sounds. Mat is a, t, or into smaller parts, fan, tas, tick, or bed, time. Please find the associated video, Implementation of Phonic Approaches in the Developing Skills for Reading section of the Learning to Read in the Early Years professional resource. You can use the QR code on the screen to access this.